hardest thing with being a sports person is it's not showing emotion.
Rehearsal take 2.
You have to do what you do day in, day out. No matter what the game situation is, no matter what the selectors are saying about you or the crowd is saying or what the scoreboard says. You have to be unemotional and just do your job, focus.
As a muso, you're actually trying to show emotion. So we try to hold the emotion in, they try and let it out, and then sometimes it's good to be in the other shoes.
Whenever I met musicians in the past, we always wanted to be the muso, and the musos always wanted to be the sportsman. So it's an opposites attract type of thing.
The greatest thing about playing sport is that sport can open up a lot of doors, and for us, the chance to hang out with some pretty amazing musos from around the world has been the best thing ever.
Please make them welcome Brett Lee, Shane Lee and Bradley McNamara.
Somehow we got pulled in to do this gig to help fundraise some money. And it was at the Castle Hill Tavern. We thought, well, hopefully we might get 200-300 people there. It was about a week later, we went on the Thursday night footy show.
6 and out, of course, you're about to see them there at the Castle Hill Tavern Saturday night, 12th of February.
Shocked us how many people actually turned up.
I think there was 1,048 people there, chockers. And we were, to be honest, pooping ourselves. We went on and we smashed it out.
But we always had a bit of attitude. We were always a close-knit team, and whatever we did, we were going to do together.
We're not trying to be the next, Coldplay or Bon Jovi. We are our own band, 6 and out, and we know what we love doing, and that's to make people smile and have fun and not take ourselves too seriously.
And the main thing for our shows is don't come if you just want to watch. Make sure you want to laugh, want to sing, and you want to be loud and proud. And that's really what music is. You want to be able to leave sweaty, tired, and feeling like you've had a great night.
Now to what has to be Australia's most unlikely rock group. 5 first-class cricketers who have banded together, excuse the pun, to make a very different pitch to their fans. And what else would they call themselves but 6 and out?
Making our album was a lot of fun.
We were really originally just going to try and change the words, like do more almost like parodies to a lot of songs.
So is making an album a bit of a dream?
It was never an intention, I don't think, from the start. It remains a fun thing to do. And we just had the opportunity through a few people we met in the music industry to do that, who suggested that if we did it and got our act together, we may be able to have a bit of fun with it. So that's how it's come up, and we have had a lot of fun, and hopefully we have a bit more to come yet.
Well, when you talk about music, it's funny how so many musos love sport and so many sports people love music. So it's that appreciation, I guess, across the table.
When we were sitting there in a meeting,
We thought we'd just go in there for a beer and pizza. And
being told that we were going to be signed up.
right, let's get to work. I said, what are we doing? He says, we're going to make an album.
Wow.
What?
ABC and EMI signed us to do a few albums based on the publicity we generated through being a bit unique, being a cricket band, and Brett was, had already debuted for Australia.
Tell us about your year.
Well, mate, it's been the best 2 months of my life. I still think I'm dreaming, but it's just been a roller coaster ride that I haven't got off yet, so hopefully it can sort of continue.
We copped a lot of flack from the music industry because we're basically cricketers and we're pretty unpolished. Yeah, people didn't think it was fair because, and to be truthful as well, there were so many better bands that could have been signed to that label than us.
Right. G'day, I'm Garth Porter. I was a member of Sherbet in the 70s, had a few hits around the joint. I remember getting a phone call from a guy called Peter Colbert, and he introduced himself as a guy looking after Six and Out, and it was trying to find him a studio and a producer. I think this might have even been before I even really heard that the band existed. Who's in the band? It was like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Where do I meet these guys? This is kind of like a dream come true. They were my idols. It's a bit faded. Shane, Cheeks, Brett and Riddler doing their vocal thing 24 years ago. Yeah. How could I not want to work with those amazing cricketers and what turned out to be bloody good blokes too?
Meeting Garth Porter was massive for us. You know, he was a huge supporter of cricket.
And there was no band bigger at the time than Sherbet. And they were all mad cricket fans. Garth Porter, Darryl Braithwaite, Clive Shakespeare. Everyone knows the hit How's That?
As Sherbet, we toured with a cricket kit in the back of the bus. So cricket was in our sort of DNA, let's say. We thought, hey, how can we embrace cricket in this? And what was? And then I thought, how's that? How's that? Yeah, that's got a bit of a zap to it. So I headed home, got busy writing with it. This is a Sherbet How's That album, 1976, and that's for sales in excess of 100,000 units. I don't think they give away these platinum and gold albums anymore. Oh, look at that. Something we love Garth. Da, 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 da. I'm on a postage stamp.
Being a rock and roll legend himself, was also a very successful producer and recorded a lot of big artists. So Garth had the unenviable job of having to pull us rabble together and to try and produce an album.
They were all what I would call competent musicians, but they weren't experienced musicians, especially working in a studio. Studio is a sort of an unforgiving place, you know, it's there forever once the mix is finished.
And all of a sudden, you know, Dave Gleason's turning up and playing a role in a song.
I got the great man from the Angels, Doc Neeson, to come and sing.
We did a classic song called How's That? But who comes in the middle and does the high harmony? The great Darryl Braithwaite.
Messed about, I caught you out, how's that?
And I remember Richard Cheekley vividly being behind the screen and Cheeks decided to pull up Darryl and gave you some direction on how he thought he should sing that part. That was actually his part, so we got a good laugh out of that.
I don't remember it. I'm sure some funny things happened, and that may well have occurred, but I can't recall it.
Cheeks was a very instinctive, intuitive singer, and he does some really, really impressive stuff.
I've only actually sang How's That at the original time, and then that time, and then one other time. So it's great to have another shot at it. And even though I was in the sort of background, the pressure's sort of taken off you a little bit because there's someone else singing the lead vocal, but it was a lot of fun.
And Garth still is an influence on us now. We all consider him a great mate.
Having these guys who I'm so familiar with walk into the studio, call myself their friend, their mate, their producer, and work together in making music. Woo! Doesn't get much better.
And I reckon without Garth, Six and Out wouldn't have got to where it got to, and I'd love to do some work with him again.
I remember the album launch was down at One World of Sports in Darling Harbour.
I just remember thinking, oh my God, we had family, we had friends, we had so many people there, and we were going on there to sing our songs.
The funny story from that night is that my mum was there, and there was an old crooner, Cole Joy, was there. I saw my mum fangirling over this old crooner, and my dad said, who's Cole Joy? And anyway, so we went over and I said, Cole, this is my mum, Helen. She said, I used to watch it, Wollongong, RSL and Balgownie RSL. And I walked away and Robbo said to me, Gavin Robertson said, are you all right? I said, oh, just a little bit taken aback by my mum fangirling over that old crooner. He goes, don't worry, I think my mum slept with him. Sorry, Robbo.
Recently, over the last sort of several years, to have a friendship with Steve Balby, you know, the co-founder of Noiseworks.
I'm an absolute cricket tragic. It's funny how intertwined our professions are.
He's talking cricket. He's talking that. And I said, you know, when you wrote Hot Chili Woman and blah, 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 and what chords were you thinking and how did it all happen?
When I go on to play, I get really, really nervous and my head, you know, the demons in my head will sort of go, give it up, go and get a day job. And I remember asking Brett the same thing, and his response was incredible. In England, McGrath was out of the team. Brett was the spearhead. And at the top of his mark on that day, at that game, his head was telling him that he was no good. You know, so we kind of share that stuff, and we just enjoy music together. You know, Six and Out and Brett remind me of the joy of playing music. You know, being together with your mates.
Let's just get a quick little shot of S. Lee here. He's so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
When these moments happen.
Yeah, like, seriously, if anyone just over 30 who needs a nappy under pressure moments...
S. Lee.
S. Lee.
The songs they wrote were actually really clever songs as far as songwriting goes. They were very succinct. They were kind of funny and comical. And I think a lot of the country sort of went to see the spectacle, see if they can mess up playing rock and roll. And I think there were a lot of disappointed people because they really play the shit out of those songs. It's great.
No, it's D, F, G. It's D, F, G, G, A. Yeah.
Sorry, we're just trying to relearn the song that we wrote.
Click. Yeah, I just remember it.
I actually remember it now. I never forget the moment the can't bowl, can't throw thing came up.
I think we wrote that song within half an hour.
Can't bowl, can't throw. None of us will ever forget that. The incident, not the song. I mean, that can be a bit forgettable.
It was the talk of the town for quite a while leading up to their album.
Just kidding, it's actually quite a catchy tune.
I was actually captain when that whole controversy blew up.
20 years ago, if you're not aware what happened, it was a test match in Hobart. We'll show a bit of vision for you. Scotty Muller was playing for Australia. So there's Shane in the middle of the pitch, which is very, very important.
Can't bowl when he can't throw.
A simple line like that caused an enormous amount of controversy.
I remember I was working on the cricket in Hobart. I stand next to two other camera operators. I said those words basically, and you know, while we were just talking away, little did I know that it was going to cause so much controversy.
You know, was it Warnie? Was it cameraman Joe? Was it Warnie? Was it cameraman Joe?
Whether it was a player, whether it was a cameraman, the jury's still out on that.
It was 100% me. I mean, the comment was just such an innocent comment. I can't believe that it even was such a big deal.
Warnie had just been signed to Channel 9 at the time by Kerry Packer. And when it came over, he can't bowl and can't throw, I think Kerry was worried about Warnie getting bad publicity, so Joe the cameraman took the hit.
And I actually spoke to Scotty. I said, Scotty, it's not that bad. Whoever said it, it's not actually that bad. And if I wanted to say it to you, I would have said it to your face anyway.
You wouldn't. That's your style.
I was actually the person to debut after Scott Muller. So he was test cap number 382 and I'm test cap number 383.
Scott Muller, he got quite nasty about it. He threatened legal action against us if we went ahead with the song. We told him to get stuffed.
If you actually listen to the verses and see the film clip, we're actually taking the mickey out of ourselves.
I think it's good sometimes to take a bit of mickey out of it, have a bit of a laugh, and because it became very serious.
Did you utter those words?
I was warning. No.
I told you we had new information.
No, it was definitely me, unfortunately.
The truth has set you free.
Was it cameraman Joe? It was Warnie. I can tell you, it was cameraman Joe. People will disagree with me now, but I know for a fact, having been at at the time, it wasn't a cover, it was cameraman Joe.
A lot of people would say Shane Warne said it. A lot of people would say Joe the cameraman said it.
My name is Joe the cameraman, and I said, can't bowl, can't throw.
You make up your mind. I think we all know.
Read the words of the song Can't Bowl, Can't Throw. The words will teach you about being or wanting something, having failure, and climbing back up the fence to succeed.
It was Command Joe. They say you can't bowl and you can't throw. There we go. You can't bowl, can't throw.
Next time on Six and Out, Second Innings, as a band, on tour, it's a lot of fun.
You're bringing that up now.
We've got this, like, Miyagi and Danielson relationship.
What was your trip like? You are not going to believe it.
Binger's car got broken into.
I'm not just a cricketer, and people just see you as a cricketer because that's what they see on TV.
I actually thought we'd finished, to be honest with you.